The most loving person of the whole KLALI swirl, but when you had to stand firm, there was nobody. Like to, so you've got to know in life where to stand firm, where to say, up to here, I'm sorry, no more. Beyond this point, I'm tough. And when it comes to certain inyanim, standing firm. So what's that got to do? We're running out of time, but that's got to do with the fact that there's a kohen in this world called a molly. And what is a molly? A molly comes along, and a molly is gematria sophic. The word Amalek is the same gematria as the word sophic. And Molly comes along and he says, yeah. Take it easy. It's written in Pasuk Yisrael at the end of the volume, Asher korcha b'derech. He met up with you on the way. And Rashi brings out that the word korcha can mean to meet up with you, but it can also mean to cool you up. Korcha is the word kar. So what does the molly do? Cools everything up. So let him don't get worked up, take it easy. Yeah, you gotta be a man, little by little, takes everything down. So it's one considers that a molly is a chutzpah, it's a chutzpah kedusha. Yeah, he knows very well. He is not the stomach's goylem. He knows exactly what's coming over, and yet nonetheless, he wants to pull you down. That's what the Gemara says, Yodea es Rabbeinu u'mechaven li. He knows the truth, but he deliberately wants to pull the creeps down. And that's a very terrible effect in our lives, but it gets at everybody. It creeps in the sin. And little by little, you tend to sort of, and he knows what he's doing. So he knows that the truth is the truth, but he wants African, put it down. You follow? That's a molly. So therefore, that's what we said before, that the word tzitz is from light that comes through the cracks, made tzitz. We're going to say in the Motzei Shabbat, if not before. Yeah, made tzitz menacha charachim, that there have to be some splits in the wall that a molly makes. Otherwise, you're not going to see through the wall. What is the tzitz? That the Eivishter has Rahmanas, that he looks through the cracks and he gives you this amazing light, and all of a sudden you wake up, oy vey, let's get moving. When I saw he cooled you down, he said, oh, come on. So you say, no. Azus meitzach. The tzitz is on the fur. I gotta be from the strong people, all the ummas, all the peoples of the world are nothing to compare to you. Yitna the azim shabumas. You've got to use that for good. And that is the way to fight Amalek. And that is that you got to have Chokhmah is bittul. Chokhmah means you understand things the way Hashem wants. And Shmiya means the eating from Bina, Kabbalah Soil, also understanding, but only understanding after Kabbalah Soil. Oh, then you've got an arsenal to fight Amalek. But otherwise, it's, well, that's so that's what we suggest. It's the unbelievable message of the tzitz. And that's why Moshe Rabbeinu had to make the tzitz, like we pointed out, that who brings you to that divine light and helps you get out and shows you the way to go? Moshe Rabbeinu. Aaron carries it on his head, and Aaron is like the hemshech of the whole thing. Although Moshe has to bring it into the world. And if you look carefully in your life, you see that all things that really mattered in your life and that really took you the right way, are either through Moshe Rabbeinu directly, or they're through those who listen to Moshe Rabbeinu. And therefore, by the war against Amalek, what did Moshe Rabbeinu say to Yeshua? He said, "B'cha lono anashim." He said to Yeshua, choose us people and go out and fight Amalek. So as Fortan says, he said, choose for us people. Meaning, you got to choose people that they're connected with me and you. You got to be, as they call Moshe Rabbeinu's people. Well, they can go and fight Amalek. Oh, they can go out and get rid of this terrible force in the world called Amalek. You got to be part of Moshe's group, you know. You got to be, how do you call it? Anshe Moshe. Yeah. So that's basically, that's the theme of the club. I just want to add now one very important point. Moshe Rabbeinu has told us that we're moving towards Moshiach. And Moshe Rabbeinu has told us that everything is ready for Moshiach. Everything is there. And the Gula Shlema is imminent and essential to the Jewish people. It must come. Now, the Rebbe said the Hechster Zeit, this is the highest and most proper time for Moshiach. The tzitz is shining. It did on several occasions, it used to shine. And that's Moshiach. And what does Amalek do? Oh, you know, Moshiach, yeah, Moshiach. Oh, take it easy. Don't get too worked up, you know. And gradually, you know, he sort of makes it very balabati. Yeah. Moshiach, write an article, Moshiach. No, but the Rebbe wants that we should, the Rebbe wants it with Azus Meta that we should bring Moshiach. You know, take it, come on, not in an unpleasant way, in a nice way. It's got to be, and that's the Geshrei. We want Moshiach.
No.
It's a very unusual thing in Jewish history, you know. We want, people should go around saying we want Moshiach now. But that's the Hanikot, the tzitz is shining for it. You have to have a powerful forehead. If I'll just tell you one brief little story and then we'll finish. Because you guys are saying, well, you know, this guy just drags on, yeah, with that. So we'll finish. And I'll just tell you one little story. I had a Talmud of mine that lived in Crown Heights at one stage. And he was a good young man. So he had Toshim Mem Aleph, I think it was. The Rebbe came out with "We Want Moshiach Now." The children started singing it, and the Rebbe was very in favor of it. I think it was either Toshim Mem Beis or Toshim Mem. I've forgotten exactly which year it was. Anyway, it became very famous throughout the world. One go, "We Want Moshiach Now" in English. So this fellow, he came Shabbos morning after this had happened. He came to 770. Let's say, I think it was about 7:30 in the morning or something. And all of a sudden, he sees that the Rebbe has come down the street, down Eastern Parkway, and the Rebbe is entering 770. The Rebbe is going into 770. He says, his eyes jump out, and so he sees the Rebbe going, and he sees the Rebbe going up the steps towards, so he ran out, and he opened the door for the Rebbe. He decided he's going to have his mitzvah for the day, and he jumped up and he pulled the door open for the Rebbe. So it's well on the word, anybody did any service for the Rebbe, no matter what it was, the Rebbe would always thank you. So the Rebbe said to him, Adank. In Yiddish, Adank means thank you. Yeah. So he looked at the Rebbe and he said, we want Moshiach now. He said in English to the Rebbe. So all of a sudden the Rebbe gave him a very powerful look. And the Rebbe said, aber ich mein bepoel mamish mein ich. In Yiddish it means, but I mean this bepoel mamish. That's what I mean. That's it. His eyes chilled around and strokes, and the Rebbe sort of gave him a very severe sort of look, and the Rebbe worked with it. So what happened? The Rebbe didn't want that we want Moshiach now. It should be like a slogan, you know, a sisma, you know. You know. And therefore, he thought he was going to cause the Rebbe a nachas ruach. It could be he did by saying we want Moshiach now. But the Rebbe didn't want it to become just a way of, you know, how to call it a slogan. So therefore, the Rebbe said to him, oh, you should realize that I mean b'poel man. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Have a good day. It should be b'poel man.
Amen.
I'll go get the keys.